Steve, good evening. What's the state of mind of you and your players heading into this big match?
Well, the players know the team now. They're in the dressing room getting ready, so they'll have that daft head-banging music on, so they'll be fairly relaxed. And I'm just going to go and have a cup of coffee upstairs. My job's done now. It's come in at the dressing room 10 minutes before they go out and just remind a few people the jobs they've got to do. It's over to Paul, to Pledge and to Lee to get the boys prepared in terms of physically. And I'll try and mentally tune them for 5 or 10 minutes. They don't need the manager walking about making innuendos and comments as getting their own mind right for a big night. This is a big night for Mansfield Town against a wonderful team in the Championship.
What are you wanting to see from your players tonight?
Score one more goal than them in 90 minutes would be nice, Steve, or 95 minutes. Just to compete. This is a big test for the players, big test for all of them, everyone individually. There's a lot. Some of our players, not all of them, but some of them believe they could play at the level of Cardiff City. Here's an opportunity that presents itself to go and play, but it's going to be tough. You know, they beat Sunderland 4-0 on Saturday, and they've got numerous other fantastic results throughout the season under Neil Warnock. So that's why they're third in the Championship, and many neutral pundits top 2 or 3 to fight for the Premier League. So if they're going to fight for the Premier League, it just demonstrates how tough it is for us. I can't emphasise it enough, but hopefully we're ready.
Let's talk team news, and there's a big one in there, a new inclusion, if I can phrase it like that. Joel Byram is back in the midfield.
Well, he's ready to play now. You know, we've worked really hard with Joe for 10 days. He's an incredibly fit lad anyway. We brought him in when he'd missed a period before against Notts County, and it's fair to say he was the best player by some distance that evening. So, you know, if we get a good 60, 70 minutes out of Joe, if he's at the top of his game, and he's got to be at the top of his game, he could grab the game by the scruff of the neck and demonstrate just how good a player he is. But he has to be mentally alert. He tells me sharp. I've had 2 or 3 conversations with him the last 2 or 3 days, but we're ready to play. We're ready to go and make it a cup tie, but we have to be in the game at key stages tonight, Steve. We have to be in halfway through the first half. We have to be in the cup tie at half time. And I've always said, all the cup runs I've had and the success I've had, I've said to my players, be in the cup tie at 70 minutes. And if you're in the cup tie at 70 minutes, sometimes it becomes just who wants to win the most.
Final word on Byram. With your answer there, we shouldn't expect him therefore to last the full 90 minutes.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me. He's an incredibly fit lad, and there's 3 or 4, not everyone, but there's 3 or 4 we got in the camp like that you could pitch straight in and they would play 90. The likes of the Bennetts and the Pearce, they can go out there and play 90, and the likes of Paul Anderson. You know, I'm not so sure the Danny Roses would be out there after 6 weeks out to be doing it, but there's a lot can. Joel's one of them.
Aidan White is back at right back. What's the thinking?
Ready to play. He's your natural fullback. Ando's done great when he's had to go in there. If Hayden drops a yard or he's not quite at it, but Hayden's ready to play. He dropped a lot of weight. We had bad virus like 3 or 4 of the lads had. He went down about 2.5, 3 kilos, but you can't put that on in a week unless you eat sometimes like I eat. So you have to eat professionally, and the medical team have done a great job, and he was absolutely flying in training yesterday, flying.
Alex McDonald plays in a more advanced role. What sparked that?
Just an opportunity. We felt that we created we got hold of the ball enough at Cardiff and created good opportunities getting the ball into those little pockets, and we didn't really deliver against them. Mac has been in stunning form, so he's very capable of delivering if he gets in there. But you know, we're showing a lot of respect to Cardiff, but we have to show a lot of respect to when we out the cup tie.
Goals are always important at any stage of the match, but just how vital could that first goal be?
Well, we've got a talisman. He had a goal robbed off him on Saturday, Danny Rose. It gets harder to take the more you look at it back. And I hear Darren Ferguson go off his head a bit what should happen to officials. I'm not of that ilk. I think they've got such a tough job, and I can give him a tough time. But Saturday I felt sorry for the kid because he's a new up-and-coming assistant into the Football League. I thought he was doing okay, and when you look back at the DVD, he's got the biggest one of the event wrong. But he'll learn from it. That's the hope.
Very finally, there'll be thousands listening and watching this broadcast as supporters flock towards the One Call Stadium tonight. What's your final message to them?
Just stick with us. You know, I don't think many people, apart from the travelling support, went down to Cardiff with any hope that we'd still be in the FA Cup. I think when they seen the draw, they thought, well, that's the Stags' time and the season's FA Cup over. And we really do fancy a chance at Manchester City. We can beat Manchester City. But you know what? We have to beat Cardiff to beat Manchester City.